Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This one is a tag video. So I was tagged by Ben from the YouTube channel Talking Sense. I will link his channel below and you would have read the title of the video, Favourite Niche Fragrance. So my job today is to tell you what my favourite niche perfume is in my collection. So I did some deliberation and it's actually difficult to decide because favourite can be different things. So sometimes my favourite one is the one that I reach for the most, the one that's most crowd pleasing, the one I know that I feel confident wearing. But other times I might say, well, my favourite is the one that's a little more challenging, but I really love how it all comes together. I love the development, and although I wouldn't necessarily wear it that often, I think it's a masterpiece. So, and of course there's many other criteria for how you decide on your favourite scent. And also the niche thing, the whole niche designer or other category. How do I decide what's niche? I have to use my own criteria because everyone has a slightly different view on what niche is. So for example, where does Guerlain fall? Is it niche or is it not? It's certainly not designer. They don't make clothes. They're not a designer house. They make makeup and beauty and perfumes. So are they niche or are they not? I decided, for the sake of this video, to not include Guerlain. I also decided to buck the rules a little bit, and I am bringing you 3 fragrances. There is a number 1, so there is the one I've decided that is my favourite niche fragrance in my collection, but I wanted to bring you 3 and let you know my process of thought in choosing those 3 fragrances, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So, are you ready? So starting at number 3, I've chosen one here that I find I love it, but I'm not entirely sure the world is gonna love it. So I don't wear it too often, but I wear it for myself at home, and I will occasionally brave it outdoors because it's quite sexy. It's probably the most animalic of my fragrances, and I don't really do animalic. This one's based on leather, and leather's not usually a note that I enjoy, but I do enjoy a suede leather. I like something that's silky and smooth and not harsh. And I love how this leather is combined with iris and a lot of other things to make something that's really, really special. So this is my number 3 in my countdown. Didn't quite make it to number 1 purely because it's not a safe reach. It's not as versatile as I'd like it. It's called The Lover's Tale by Francesca Bianchi. Let me give you the notes. You've got bergamot, honey and mimosa, aldehydes, Egyptian jasmine, Bulgarian rose, heliotrope, peach, iris butter, leather, musk, castoreum, labdanum, sandalwood, vetiver and oak moss. So quite a complex fragrance. I've got it here, and to me it's musky, not in a clean way but also not in an absolutely filthy way. It's in the middle, this musky skin smell that's almost, it's not fresh out the shower, but it's not 2 days without a shower. It's in between. You have this musky, dirty thing that's going on. You can smell the leather, but as I said earlier, more like a suede leather with this iris combined. There's some savoury notes. There's a little bit of sharpness, there's a little bit of sweetness. All of the components come together in a big fluffy blur of soft sexiness. that literally emanates from your skin and is pure liquid sex. I don't wear this fragrance too often because I don't want to have to explain myself. I do wear it to bed alone, or sometimes with Sweetie, my lovely little pussycat. So that's number 3. Didn't make the number 1 spot simply because it's a bit filthy. Number 2. And number 2, let's put my laptop outside. Number 2 is Powder and Dust from SP Parfums. This was the collaboration between Jana from the channel Tomalise and Sven Pritzkalate, who is the owner and perfumer of SP Parfums. And I adore Powder and Dust. It's the most beautiful gourmand. I love a gourmand, but I like my gourmands to have development. This has got development. I adore, there's a note in here, it's pear, but actually to me it's like a pear drop, those old-fashioned sweets, liquid pear drops. Liquid pear drops with a dash of champagne, a nice dose of vanilla custard, some yellow floral goodness, a hint of pepper just to make it so much more interesting than it may sound. It's just beautiful. It lasts really, really well on the skin, and I feel very confident when I wear it. It's maybe not everybody's taste, but I just love it, and there's nothing to, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing difficult to handle in this fragrance. It just smells really, really beautiful, very, very crowd pleasing in my opinion. So I love to wear Powder and Dust. That's why I've made it to number 2 on this list. The number 1 then, my favourite niche fragrance in my collection, barring the Galans, depends if you call them niche or not. A Galan would have made this list had I not put them out of it, I have to be honest. But number 1, Benga Rouge from Papillon Perfumery. This is beautiful, opulent. When I first spray it, I don't fall in love with it. That's not to say I don't like the opening, but it's not where I fall in love. So the opening, you will get the honey. There's honey in here. There's rose, sandalwood, vanilla, sweet myrrh, and tonka. Now the opening, you get the honey and you get a really spicy element, which Liz Moores, the perfumer, has confirmed there's a very spicy tonka. So it's like a big dollop of honey, but you've rolled it in fur. So it's got this kind of fuzzy muskiness to it. Oh, hello, Sweetie. Interesting, Sweetie comes along. Benga Rouge was developed in honour of Liz Moore's cat, who is a Bengal, of course, and Sweetie is not a Bengal, are you, darling? Do you want to see? Come on in. So we'll get Sweetie. Come on, shall we say hello to everybody? So Sweetie's no Bengal. Believe it or not, she is a pedigree. She's an exotic short hair, and I love her. She's such a good girl, aren't you? So I'll let her get. Oh, I'll let her get off. Don't knock my drink over. Drink of the night. Vodka and Diet Coke. So where were we? I can't leave my drink there now, she'll knock it over. I better keep it in my hand. So Benga Rouge opens with the honey. It's kind of like musky and slightly fuzzy and furry, just like a cat. There's the most beautiful, spicy, sweet, spicy tonka. The rose for me is never that strong. There's an element of rose that never really overtakes things. And the sandalwood is definitely noticeable fairly early on as well, and it's really gorgeous and smooth sandalwood, similar to what you might experience in a vintage Sancerre by Guerlain. As the fragrance dries down on your skin, it gets caramelly, it's almost like resins that get really kind of sticky and caramelized together, and it becomes more gourmand, and I get hints of chocolate, almost like a big fluffy hot chocolate, but it's never full-on gourmand, and it has amazing development, and the longevity is out of this world. 12 hours plus without any shadow of a doubt on my skin. Absolutely stunning. This is a fragrance that makes me feel very sexy and well put together. It's maybe not, again, as versatile as, say, Powder and Dust. I think it's slightly more versatile, but Benga Rouge is a fragrance that every now and then I just feel that I want to go out there feeling my best, feeling super sexy, and I will do loads and loads of sprays, not because I need to, but it just feels right to overspray. And you can't really overspray. It's very strong, but it doesn't stay too strong, and it kind of just purrs off your skin, and it's just, you just smell bloody gorgeous. So you just need to anoint yourself in Benga Rouge and own it. So that is my favourite niche fragrance, Benga Rouge by Papillon Perfumery. Full disclosure, I paid for Benga Rouge myself, the Francesca Bianchi Lover's Tale. I bought that myself as well. Powder and Dust, very kindly and generously sent to me by SP Parfums. So this is a tag video, and I therefore tag 3 people. I am tagging Emmy from the channel Emmy Ever After, the loveliest, sweetest young lady, and I'm also tagging Wafts from the Loft. I really hope that they'll participate, because I'd love to see, with their crazy collections and their really niche taste in fragrances, I'd love to know what each of them would pick as their favourite niche fragrance. And finally, I would like to tag Thomas from the channel Ouch110. I love Tom. We've met several times in real life. I'd love to know what his absolute favourite niche fragrance is. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.